sports, education, and entertainment. Wake up, GI, with Jeffrey Smith. Brought to you by the Geary Community Schools Corporation.
All right, everybody, we are back and ready to go. Our guest, of course, is in studio, and we're going to be talking about, I believe it's the Recovery Cafe, am I correct?
Yes.
That is going to, let me cut your mic on, it's going to have its launch very shortly, and so we're going to get some details about that. Of course, Sade is in studio. I would pronounce your last name.
Carrasquillo.
Okay, there you go. I wanted to let you do it because I didn't want to butcher it like I tend to do names. But anyway, thank you for coming in. I know we are all busy running around here. You got a lot on your plate, so we appreciate you stopping by. Tell us a little bit about what's going on.
So I'm so glad to be back with you again.
Yes.
Last time I was here, I was talking about our Love of Arts.
Yes.
And so that's our nonprofit that we have in Griffith.
Mm-hmm.
And so recently we've launched a new program, and it is called Shine Recovery Cafe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've been going actually for a little bit over a month now,
Mm-hmm.
and we are located in the same plaza at the Man's Arts Plaza in Griffith. And so this is part of a national network.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so what's it? And so kind of explain a little bit about the thought process behind the Recovery Cafe and what its aim is.
Sure. So the recovery community space for people in recovery.
Right.
And so we define recovery very broadly to where it's not just substance abuse,
Right.
which we know is key, but it's mental health challenges. It could be grief, loss, divorce,
Yeah.
anything. We say we're all in recovery from something.
Yeah. Now, were you all a part? I know in Miller at the Aquatorium about 2 or 3 weeks ago, they had some kind of, it was like a fest
Yes.
that was going on. Were you a part of that?
Yes, that was the Region Recovery Riot.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a table out there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're doing great work as well.
No, and you know what? In all seriousness, I really kind of appreciate this approach because, you know, we understand that addiction is, you know, it's a disease. People have struggled with it, and you know, we understand. We know that there are addiction centers and things like that, but there appears to be some kind of new approach in which you're kind of linking it with the mental health aspect and having people kind of embrace it and come out on the other side feeling good and supported. Is that kind of the idea?
Absolutely, and it's peer support.
Yeah.
So it's people who have been through it and are currently in recovery, have some time under their belt, and have that wisdom and understanding of what recovery looks like.
Yeah.
To come along that side those who are just beginning in recovery or maintaining a recovery. And so that's where we come in with the peer support circle groups. And that's part of it because as a cafe, we're a membership model.
Yeah. So explain what that is.
Okay, so it's free to become a member. When you come into our cafe, you can visit up to 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, you'll need to decide if you want to become a member. At membership, you commit to coming to a group every week.
Right.
And so that's the main commitment, is to say, I want to be held lovingly accountable
Yeah.
to come to this group once a week.
So it's kind of like I'm using the Alcoholic Anonymous, but it's
Yeah.
kind of like a support meeting. And what happens is you can come in a couple of times. We're gonna give you a little grace to look around, but going forward, we need you to commit because that's part of the process, and we need you to commit to coming to these meetings.
Right, and I'm glad you mentioned the AA because we are actually in all pathways
Yeah,
approach.
yeah.
And so some are there that are doing AA, Celebrate Recovery, could be a solo natural journey.
Yeah.
So everyone's welcome to where it's not in the box of just one pathway.
Right.
And that's what makes us really unique as well.
Now, are the courts involved in this? And what I mean by that is this an alternative for a person who might be struggling, find themselves kind of running a little afoul of the law, and says, I just need some help, Your Honor, and I promise I want to change myself around. Are you all supported by the courts?
So we are now beginning to partner with the Work Release Program,
Yeah.
and so I'm super excited about that, and as well as something called our Member Financial Assistance Program.
Yeah.
And so this is for anyone who has a misdemeanor or a felony in the state of Indiana. Becoming a member, if they qualify and meet the requirements of being consistent, after the 60 days, they can receive up to $2,500.
Wow.
And that will be in monthly increments to help pay for food, transportation costs, personal care, phone, all these different needs that we have.
Yeah.
So it's through the state of Indiana,
Nice.
and it's incredible.
Now, is there a job placement component or or training program that works with this? Because there's some people that in order to break the cycle need to find some kind of pathway to employment, to kind of be able to take care of themselves, be self-sufficient, not be tempted by some of the stressors that kind of got them down that road. Do you all provide those kind of resources?
Right, so we do have something called a School of Recovery.
Yeah.
So this is different classes that are offered at the cafe. And so, yes, resume building is one of them. And I'm glad you mentioned that as well, because we are looking for community partners to come alongside of us and say, hey, I have this resource for your members.
Right.
Whether it be skills training or employment opportunities. And so I would just call out to the community right now to partner with us, and whatever you can provide to our members, those who are in recovery, we would love to hear how you can benefit the community as well.
Now, what about people who have, are listening and have been through this and have kind of gone and struggled, they've come out on the other side, and have really, they're kind of living their lives, they're doing very well for themselves, but really want to get involved in helping others kind of through that journey. As you talked about, this is a peer-supported program, and they might not have been associated with anything. They're just kind of out there, and they're listening to this, and they're like, you know what, this is kind of something that I would like to do to help give back, but it also can kind of keep me in the frame of mind and where I want to stay positive.
Right, so there's two options with that. And actually we have volunteer orientation coming up on Thursday evening at 6 o'clock.
Nice.
And so that will be coming pretty soon here. But so you can become a community volunteer, which is you schedule time to come in and help out, or you can become a member and work your way to becoming a member leader.
Yeah.
And later on get trained to become a peer coach through the state of Indiana, where you could be facilitating your own group.
Is training required by the state? Do you go downstate or what have you?
Yeah, we've been doing virtual training, but it is the trainings that we've had have been, sponsored.
Yeah.
And so that's a great opportunity for people, so you don't have to pay for it necessarily, and then you can get that training and certification as well.
Now, this is kind of cool. So kind of give me a little bit of background on this organization. How long has this been going on?
So there's a national network called the Recovery Cafe Network.
Right.
And that started 20 years ago in Seattle.
Okay.
And so
makes sense.
Yeah. And so it's spread throughout the country since then. But you'd be surprised to know that Indiana has the most cafes in the country.
Wow.
Through the opportunity, because we were very high up for opioid overdose.
Of course.
Very high. And so a lot of attention was brought to this state. And so we're also with a state organization partnership called We Bloom.
Mm-hmm.
And so they are the catalyst that help launch cafes in the state of Indiana. And so we've got a national and a state partnership that we're working with.
Now, are some of the monies that kind of go to supporting you all's organizations and others like you, did they come from some of the settlement money that some of these states back in the day sued some of these pharmaceutical companies and got these huge settlements that were supposed to be put back into the community to be dispersed to have and fund programs like this?
Well, you know what? Unfortunately, our cafe was not on the list to receive funding this time. They decided they didn't want to fund this round. But, the network did give us a kickoff, to start with about half of our budget. So we're fundraising. And, unfortunately, also with the opioid settlements, we've been calling every town, every county, and so there's a lot of controversy surrounding who's going to get those funds,
right.
Where are they going,
yeah.
And it takes a whole job to advocate for your organization. So if anybody knows how to help us out in that area too, please do, because we are actually serving people who are affected by this.
So as far as your fundraising efforts then, how can people support you? How do you get supported? I mean, how do you get your monies?
Yeah, so we do have a website, which is shinerecoverycafe.org. And so we're brand new. We've only been launched for about a month. So there may be a link on there soon. But there's also our our arts organization website, artsforlove.org, and so there you can pay directly and it goes to Shine. So that's the parent organization, and then it trickles down to the program of Shine Recovery Cafe.
Since you're on here, remind people about the Love of Arts, because that's a pretty interesting program too. Sure. Give a little shout out to that.
Yeah, so for the Love of the Arts, we do dance, music, photography, theater, and we serve students of all ages pretty much, and even to adults. We do workshops for adults, and so we really want to bring art therapy, life skills, social skills, mental wellness approach to the arts.
Are you still looking for teachers, instructors, volunteers?
Absolutely, we are.
Go to the website, of course.
Yes, artsforlove.org.
All right, there you go. And so going back to the cafe real quick, is there an official launch date? Has it launched? I mean, is there I meant to ask you this. Is there a physical location where this is?
Yes, so it's 1195 East Ridge Road.
Yeah.
And that's in the plaza. And another thing I'd like to mention is that at our Creativity Center in that same plaza,
Yeah.
we have childcare during cafe hours.
Right.
Because the cafe is 18 and up. So we have something called Shine Kids, where you can bring your kids to our art center and while you enjoy the services at the cafe. And so those two work hand in hand to really serve the community as a whole.
Now, are you getting any of those cafe benefits? I mean, you know, I know the title cafe. You're getting coffee.
Yes, free coffee, free tea. We have meals every time we're open. We serve dinner twice a week. Yep, we're open Tuesdays and Thursdays from 4 to 8, and we serve dinner. And then Saturdays we're open from 10 to 2, and we serve lunch on those days.
Nice.
And so, there's a lot of benefits to being a member or even coming in and visiting and being a guest. So definitely want you all to check it out. And our grand opening is on this coming Friday.
Right.
It is at 12 o'clock. We did ask people to RSVP. We're serving lunch, but if you show up, you're more than welcome. So it's from 12 to 2 p.m. on Friday.
Oh, good stuff, Sade. So once again, give us the logistics of both of these places and the website, because I want people to go there and, you know, look and peruse it and also support it. And so give us that info.
Sure. So it's 1195 East Ridge Road in Griffith.
Yeah.
And then our website is shinerecoverycafe.org.
And then the Love of the Arts one more time.
Yep, artsforlove.org.
Arts for
You
Love.
can find us on Facebook, Instagram, for both of those, Google.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff, Sade, as always. I appreciate you, and God bless you for the work that you and your organization are doing.
Thank you. God bless.
All right, there you go. Miss Sade, and of course the Recovery Cafe. That's going to be this Friday. From what time did you say?
It is actually from 12 to 2 p.m.
12 to 2 p.m. Go out there and support this. This is a great resource in the community for people who are just trying to make a comeback from a mistake or two. With that, we're going to get ready to take a break. We'll be back in a bit, finish up the news.